happened to your face? It's filthy.
I was cleaning the chimney.
We have no chimney.
What?
Hello, I am the Happy Jower, and welcome to the second of my 3 Super Bowl reviews. The next and last one will be Captain America 2, so stay tuned for that. So, An Amazing Spider-Man 2, the first one, I did quite like, but it could have been much better. If you watched the director's cut of it, there was a lot of plot holes and stuff all resolved, so I think it came down to editing. And as for the trailer for the last film, it did spoil quite a lot. Sony aren't great with trailers, and this one did show a lot. It's over 3 minutes. You pretty much got to see the whole Electro backstory. Spider-Man meets him in the street, and he's like a nerdy loser. And then, of course, the things that always happen to supervillains. They fall into something that would kill a normal person, and they get superpowers. Now, in the short amount of time you see Max Dillon in this trailer, I actually really liked him and felt sympathetic towards him, which I think is a good credit to Jamie Foxx's acting abilities to make me feel sympathetic for a character in such a short amount of time. So I look forward to seeing all that play out. Then some very fitting new music cuts in, and Spider-Man shows up to stop Electro from messing things up. And Max Dillon, he was like obsessed with Spider-Man. You saw in his room there was pictures and photos everywhere. He's a bit of a creep, so when he meets his hero and he doesn't actually remember him, then it's heartbreaking. As much as something can be heartbreaking to a blue electric man. So he zaps Spider-Man into a police car, which is what I would do if my hero didn't know who I was. Did anyone else notice the sound it made right before I zapped him? It's like the Metal Gear Solid exclamation mark sound.
Let me help you!
So after all of that, we get some cool action sequences with with the Rhino and some bits of the Green Goblin and the Emperor guy who's like, "We have plans for you, Peter Parker." That guy was in the after credit scene of the last film, but even the writers didn't know who he is. So I'm looking forward to see how that plays out. And as he's saying that, the Sinister Six doors are opening. And I think that would be a really cool thing to end the film on. Like Spider-Man trapped in a room, then, or not even Spider-Man there, just all the Sinister Six doors opening. Of course, then you got to develop each member of the Sinister Six. So I doubt that will happen, but it would be cool. Everyone who's worried about the fact that there's too many villains in it, and that's what ruined Spider-Man 3, or one of the many things that ruined Spider-Man 3, I wouldn't worry about it. I got a feeling this Rhino section is just a bit at the start of the film to establish what Spider-Man does, saving the day, and that he has all the fans that love him and everything. I don't think he's going to be a major part in the film until maybe the end, when he joins the Sinister Six. I think it's mainly going to be Electro and Green Goblin, and even Green Goblin I think will only be in the third act of the film. There is a sequence in the Super Bowl trailer where Gwen and Spider-Man are falling, and I imagine that's a fight at the end with the Green Goblin. And they fall through this glass, and then Gwen keeps falling and he whips the web to try and catch her. And that's very reminiscent of the comics, and if you didn't know this, Gwen is actually killed when she falls, and then Spider-Man catches her with the web, but it breaks her neck. She gets whiplash and it breaks her neck. And that's in a fight with the Green Goblin. So, I don't know, maybe Gwen will die in this one. It's interesting. Because this film, they make it very clear that Spider-Man's on a high. He says, "Do you know what I love about being Spider-Man?" That was my Andrew Garfield impression. Amazing, I know. Yeah, everything's really good, so I think it is certainly possible that Gwen will die. I don't want her to die. She's a much more interesting love interest than Mary Jane was in the Raimi films. In fact, I think the strongest point of the Amazing Spider-Man was one of the weakest points of the Raimi films, and that's the relationship between the two. So, yeah, that would be a shame if they were to kill her off only in the second film. I'm sure they will kill her off eventually, just not so soon. So we've had quite a lot to play with. Now, what are your thoughts and theories about what's going to unfold in this film? Happy Jower loves reading comments, so please feel free. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the Captain America 2 trailer review. Goodbye.